Greatsword in Stories 2 is really good. Hello, my fellow hunters, riders, welcome! Today we go over all things Stories 2 Greatsword and how to build it into the ultimate death-dealing machine that makes your Monstie, well, irrelevant. Get back in the egg. Alrighty then, the actual weapon itself, I'm sure you've had a little go with it. I mean, it's very, very straightforward. You have a guard, which is nice, huge damage reduction. Other than that, it's a very simple system of charging up your blocks and then spending your blocks on big attacks. So the actual, charge up attacks, whatever, they're fine. They can actually do a lot of damage in the right circumstance, but obviously we care about the spenders. And the spender specifically we care about is the charged attack, the one charge one. This hits so hard. Like, we're talking, well, I mean, like a huge sword falling on a soft, squishy, fleshy body. And it's absolutely so much fun. Not only can you crush through monsters in PvE, you can also crush through your opposition in PvP. Have your Monstie support you with damage buffs, healing, general survivability, kinship gain. There's nothing like intrinsically synergistic that you need to have on your Monstie to make Greatsword sing. But you can obviously have the general useful stuff that's useful for everyone. So we're going to focus on the hunter and go over how you can back to back just chain nearly 2,000 damage non-crits on the monster. And that's just at my level at the 55-ish range. So imagine how this will scale when you start reaching towards 99. So let's talk equipment. You want the Bloodbath Diablos Greatsword, the Massacre Sliver. Sliver? It's not sliver, is it? It's totally slicer. The reason you want this is because, well, it's got the tied highest attack at level 5 in the game currently available. And the reason it's not better to just go with a greatsword that matches the 198 attack but is the elemental weakness of the monster you're fighting is because the armor we will have to use here comes with non-elemental boost, which will tip this over the edge against, well, every opposition you might come against. So let's talk then armor, or at least skills. There are chiefly 4 main skills that give you just pow with the Greatsword. The first one, somewhat obviously, is just crit chance. If you get crit XL and then you crit, that's double damage. Yep, that's hard to argue with how effective that is. The others are a little bit more nuanced. Well, maybe 2 of them. The next one, of course, is just, well, non-elemental attack boost. Just straight up, raw, flat, more attack. That scales beautifully. The other 2, then, are where it's at. You want All Out, which lets you spend extra kinship in order to power up the move that you have spent it on. This is great specifically for Greatsword because obviously each time you're choosing to do this building charge and spending it, that's using a move. So All Out makes it really hit a lot harder. And then finally you want Vicious. You will be going to head, you will be winning them because obviously you can choose all 3 of the attack types, and then that is an absolutely massive increase. So these 4 really work together to do something very, very potent. So when we look at the armor, you might think initially maybe Bloodbath then. I mean, it comes with the XL non-elemental boost, maybe get the crit from your charm. And don't get me wrong, Bloodbath is the most balanced best armor, probably for just everyone, but certainly for the Greatsword. The tenacity and the dodge is lovely, and yeah, XL non-elemental boost is great. But note that we want All Out and we want Vicious. So this lends itself to one particular armor set that quite literally comes with the full Kill Things Hard with Greatsword package, Nergigante, which brings itself with non-elemental boost L, so only 1 lower down than the Bloodbath, All Out Medium, and that Vicious XL. Now, even if we ignore the Vicious, which requires you to win a head-to-head to get the impact from non-elemental boost large with All Out Medium together is still more damage than just non-elemental boost XL from the Bloodbath. So it's already just a solid increase offensively, and then when you start getting in those Vicious win head-to-heads, you will see some serious damage. This then takes us to our charm. And as I said, it's hard to argue with the damage of just double damage from a crit. So yes, an XL crit chance charm is going to be really good here. But therein lies another skill that is, well, very specifically for Greatsword and very, very potent, and that is Fury Slash. This gives you about a 33% chance to not spend your charge when you use a charged attack. So this means you can just spam it over and over and over again every single turn and outputting ludicrous damage with a chain of these. So that makes the ideal charm to go with this, well, Crit Chance XL and Fury Slash XL. Sadly I don't have it, but they are pretty much the ideal. But there is a little bit more to say here other than just get these 5 skills and, well, beat the head-to-head using a chain of a charge tackle followed by charge slash as many times as Fury Slash will let you, and then repeat. Though, yes, that is the playstyle. The question you might be asking, though, is why not true wide slash, which, yes, does, technically speaking, do more damage. Well, yes, but kinda no. So, the motion value on the wide slash is higher. It's got about 40% more damage. But the thing is, it can't target a specific part of the enemy monster. And obviously, if you target a slashing weak part, you get a huge boost in damage. A boost that outweighs the just base stronginess of the true wide slash. Then we take into account that the true wide slash costs like 14 more kinship than just the charged attack for, yes, less damage in the right situation, and it's much harder to spam even if you get lucky with Fury Slash. So then we finally add the fact that you have to build up 2 charge blocks before using it, so it's obviously much higher DPS to build, spend, build, spend, than build, build, spend, build, build, spend. It kinda really doesn't have much of a reason to be, outside of course, AoE. So if you're in a situation where you can hit multiple targets, then yes, this is the one. It's also arguably superior in PvP because again, you can hit both targets, though of course the charged attack will crush a single opponent and therefore a heart much, much easier. So that's why the charge slash does take the reign. Though I guess of course in a situation where the monster has no slashing weak parts, then yeah, true wide again does become much better, but you really are just going to be spamming charge slash with ideally these skills, and then you will find yourself doing unbelievable amounts of damage with your hunter with the Greatsword, freeing up your Monstie to essentially be any kind of build you want. And it really, really is just so much fun. Technically speaking, if you got a charm that was like XL all out and XL vicious, and then you could combine that with a different set of armor, you could probably end up beating this. But the Nergigante armor is such a good base, it's literally the perfect skills, that it's almost made to do this. But you have been armed both with Greatsword and with the knowledge, so go forth and cleave things in twain. Alright everybody, like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I will see you very soon. Please consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below. May you swing your Greatsword with mightiness. Goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.